If I told you there is a watch that can handle 5,000 Gs of shock resistance, is worn by professional athletes while they're actually competing, and has the kind of high-tech, colorful style you usually see from Richard Mille, you might assume it comes with a six-figure price tag. But what if I said you could get all of that, extreme durability, cutting-edge materials, bold style, for $6,000? Today I'm talking about the Norqain Wild One 39 Mint, a limited edition sports watch that might be the most exciting blend of luxury and toughness in its price range. This is not just another sports watch that's designed to look rugged. It's one of the few pieces in modern watchmaking that's actually engineered for life in motion. Norqain is a young Swiss brand founded in 2018. In just a few short years, they've gone from relative unknown to a serious player in the sports watch space. They've done it by avoiding the trap of simply recreating heritage designs and instead offer something fresh. Their watches are bold in design and backed by genuine engineering substance. The Wild One collection debuted in 2022. The original was 42 millimeters with oversized personality, bright colors, and a design that looked equally at home on a snowboard slope or at a luxury event. It was co-developed with industry legend Jean-Claude Biver, whose influence can be found in some of the most important watch launches in the past 40 years. The new Wild One Skeleton 39 takes the same core concept and makes it more wearable. It trims the case size down to 39 millimeters without losing any of the technology, and it introduces new colorways, including the one I have here, the mint green limited edition, capped at just 400 pieces worldwide. The first thing you notice about this watch is the case. Norqain calls the material Nortec, a proprietary carbon composite that is 6 times lighter than steel, 3.5 times lighter than titanium, and made from biosourced components. This is not just marketing fluff. Nortec actually gives you the strength and rigidity you need in a sports watch without the weight that can make a watch feel clumsy during activity. The case is a 25-part construction. There is a titanium container in the middle, which houses the movement. Around that is a visible rubber shock absorber, which cushions the watch against impacts. The outer carbon composite cage gives the watch its texture and profile. This construction is why the watch can survive up to 5,000 Gs of impact, though I haven't tested it. That's a level of shock resistance in line with Richard Mille sport watches worn by professional athletes. The Mint Edition, I think, stands out for its finishing. The green rubber bumper matches a fitted rubber strap, which has a woven-like texture modeled into it for grip and style. The strap is made by Biwi, a high-end Swiss rubber specialist. On this Mint Edition, the movement bridges are finished in black. This is not the case for most other Wild One Skeleton models, including all the other 39mm variations. And the darker finish makes the movement pop against the mint accents and gives it a more premium feel and makes the dial a lot more legible. One of the main criticisms of the original 42mm Wild One was that it was too large for smaller wrists. Though 42mm is in no way huge compared to a lot of other sport watches on the market. The new 39mm version changes that completely. At 39 millimeters wide, 11.75 millimeters thick, and 45.75 millimeters lug to lug, it's still visually striking, but far more versatile. And the weight is almost nothing. At just 64 grams, this is the lightest watch Norqain has ever made. You really forget it's on your wrist until you look down, which makes it ideal for anyone who plans to wear it during actual physical activity. And comfort is one of the watch's biggest strengths. The flat case back and the gently curved lugs make it conform naturally to the wrist. The fitted rubber strap keeps it stable without feeling too tight. It's everything you'd want from a true sport watch. I find myself wearing it just about everywhere I go. It's really become my daily since I got it about a month ago. My Wild One 39 Mint is on a deployant buckle with microadjust, which is one of the coolest innovations I've seen from a young brand. It's not something you usually get in this segment. At first, it's actually a little tricky to figure out how to operate, but once you get used to it, it's a game changer. This is one of the very few, if not the only, deployant clasp I've seen with a proper microadjust mechanism, and it makes a huge difference for getting the perfect fit throughout the day. Especially as a sports watch where you might sweat and your wrist might swell up, it allows you to really have a comfortable fit during activity. The skeletonized dial is a great aesthetic choice. It gives you a full view of the caliber NB08S inside. This is a modified Sellita SW200 movement that is COSC certified for chronometer accuracy. A Sellita SW200 might not have the prestige of an in-house movement, but in a watch like this, it makes perfect sense. It is robust, proven, and easy to service, and parts are readily available. For a watch that is built to be worn hard, this is the kind of movement you want. And the COSC certification obviously adds a guarantee of accuracy you do not always see in sports watches at this price. The Mint Edition's blackened movement bridges create depth and contrast. You can watch the gear train move, you see the balance wheel oscillate, and even glimpse the mainspring. Norqain has even color matched the hands and indices with mint green superluminova, so everything just feels very integrated. And despite being a skeleton watch, legibility is strong. The minute track is easy to read, and the hour markers and hands stand out enough against the movement to make telling the time quick and instinctive. Wearing this watch while being active is where the Wild One really separates itself from most other luxury sport watches. It's not just capable of surviving light outdoor activity, it's built for serious use. Professional athletes wear them during competition. Tennis players have worn them on court. Stan Wawrinka, who has won multiple Grand Slams, has worn a Norqain while playing. Figure skaters have performed with them. Even celebrities like Mark Wahlberg have been spotted with the Wild One on their wrist. He wore a 42mm Wild One in turquoise while appearing on Jimmy Fallon. And he has worn multiple Norqains since. And I have it from good authority that these are not paid endorsements, that he just likes the brand. With 200 meters of water resistance, you can take it swimming or diving without hesitation. I haven't dived with the watch, but I have taken it in the pool this summer and I had no issues. The shock resistance also means you could wear it for mountain biking, skiing, or even golfing. I have been getting into golfing recently and I plan on having this be the watch I wear out on the course. And because it's so light and comfortable, you really won't feel weighed down. If you ever looked at the Richard Mille philosophy, exotic materials, bright colors, professional athlete testing, and wished it was more attainable, the Wild One 39 Mint delivers that same ethos in a package that is far more accessible. The mint green version is not just another color option, it's the only 39mm Wild One skeleton with a blackened movement finish, and production is limited to just 400 pieces worldwide. Because it is a limited edition, it's a bit of a standout in Norqain's catalog, and a likely favorite for collectors who want something distinctive. For a brand that is barely a decade old, I think Norqain is moving fast. They have created a flagship collection that competes with established industry players while keeping their own identity intact. The Wild One series is their statement piece, and this Mint edition, in my view, is the best iteration of the watch. To me, the Wild One 39 is not just a smaller version of the original, it's a result of the brand listening to feedback and improving the product without compromising it. It's bold without being overwhelming, light without feeling cheap, and limited without being impossible to find. And the Nortec composite, titanium core, and rubber shock absorber make it a true performance watch. The COSC certified movement keeps it precise, and the design makes you want to check the time just to see it again. At $6,150 with tang buckle, it's not an entry-level purchase. But when you factor in the materials, the performance, the limited production, and the unique microadjust deployant clasp option, it becomes one of the most compelling sport watches in its segment. What do you think? Is the Norqain Wild One 39 Mint the Richard Mille for the rest of us? Or is it building its own category in modern watchmaking? Let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this review, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.